Welcome to Modern Church Leader, a short daily show to help you grow your church, be more effective and efficient, and powerful for the kingdom of God.
Hi, my name's Dean Sweetman, and I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders at Tithely. And I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I was a teenager growing up on the northern beaches of Sydney, and I pretty much lived for surfing and surfing alone. I'd get home from school, I'd go straight to the beach, I'd go surfing every day, and it was just my whole life. I wasn't very good at school. I didn't like school, and I actually left school at the 10th grade. And so I got this kind of deadbeat job, and I had an apprenticeship, and really had no vision. I didn't really have a sense of calling of what I wanted to do with my life. And then something amazing happened. A guy I worked with found Jesus, had a radical salvation. And all he would do every single day is tell me about it. I, of course, was not looking at all to have anything to do with church. I kind of grew up a little bit in church, didn't really go. It was forced upon me. I kind of rejected the whole thing. But this guy just kept, it was just infectious. And so finally I said, Steve, if you just will stop talking about this, I will come one time. And of course, I went one time, and I had a radical salvation moment with Jesus. This is in 1981, and it just totally transformed my life. So not only did I find Christ, receive salvation, all the forgiveness that comes with the salvation, I needed plenty of that, but I started to get purpose. And within a very short amount of time, I enrolled in a part-time seminary. I started to learn, the Bible, and I discovered some things about myself that I didn't know. That often happens when you find Jesus, you find yourself. And I started to learn things about myself that allowed me. I loved people. I loved being around people. I was very sanguine, and finding Christ really brought that out of me. So before you know it, a couple years later, I'm a youth pastor. And then I started traveling as a missionary, went right around the world, through Asia and Africa, preaching the gospel. And then I started to get this desire to plant a church. And then so in 1996, I moved with my family to Atlanta, Georgia, and planted a church. And fast forward that 20 years, had a very successful, wonderful church, oversaw the planting of about 50 other churches in North America. And then in 2013, when the iPhone had come out, the App Store was just taking off, and I started to look at mobile devices in such a way that I thought they could solve a bunch of problems for the church. I was always a very tech kind of forward guy. I was a tech forward pastor. I was always looking at technology, used technology whenever I could. I lined up at the AT&T store for the first Apple iPhone. That's how into it I was. So, and people that know me know that I don't like lining up for anything. So that's how into the tech I am. So there was just a moment where one time I put my credit card into a Starbucks app, and I paid for the coffee. It was just more the novelty of doing it at the time. And I paid for this card. I didn't even know it was going to work. It was very new. And I put the card in. I go up to the thing. I buzz it, and lo and behold, I pay for my coffee. And that was a real moment. I had a bunch of problems that I knew could get solved with technology. And so that's what began the quest to provide technology to churches in and around the generosity area of giving, and then beyond that. But really, that was the beginnings. And so through a series of personal situations that I decided I was going to step away from leading the church. I had a great team in place, still going today, very strong, terrific church. I took some time off to kind of regroup and rethink about what God was calling me to do. And I got really serious about creating this technology company that was going to serve the local church and solve a whole bunch of problems. So that's a little bit of my background. That's how I got to where I am today. And I couldn't be happier than I am right now, serving the local church in the area of technology.
Thanks for listening. Please review Modern Church Leader on Apple Podcasts and visit our website for more resources at tithe.ly or follow the links in the show notes.